As a priest, your life will follow a certain instruction. Are you there? And the things you do must also align with a certain instruction. That's it. Your life following its instructions, and the things you do following instructions. So everything about you is as instructed. That's a priest. That's a priest. That's a priest. If a priest will come online, he's not coming online because he has data. Some of you just come online, of course you have data, so are you there? No, that's not a priest. A priest will come as led by the Spirit. Are you there? As a matter of fact, a priest will have data. Are you there? And for the fact that he has data does not mean he can watch anything online. A priest will click on videos as led. These things I'm saying is hard. Are you there? Of course, if it is hard to you, it's a sign that you need to become a priest. So by the time you begin to engage in priesthood, you understand what I'm saying. A priest will be hungry. Are you there? And then there are certain things he can eat. Not because other things are poisonous, but there are certain things he has to eat at that time by instructions. That's a priest. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's a priest. It will be so every aspect of the life of a priest is governed by instructions. That is a priest. A priest lives by instructions, divine directions. Are you getting what I'm saying? Please take note of that. Let's look at verse 7. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts, and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall hit it. Look at this. After killing the animal, instruction continues. So your journey in priesthood is from instructions to instructions. Are you there? You know the next thing to do as a priest by the next instruction, the next thing to do by the next instruction, the next thing to do by the next instructions. So the life of a priest is hidden in the instructions of the priest. The moment the priest stops taking instruction, that priest is finished. It's finished. Are you getting what I'm saying? All right. Now, God is now saying, kill the animal. But the blood of the animal, collect it, keep it somewhere. Then take the blood to the lintel. Now, if you look at the picture I sent, that's the description of what the Lord want them to do with the blood. Put it on the lintel. Are you there? The top of your house. Put it there. Just look at, if you look at that picture, you understand what I'm saying. So that is what the Lord wants, from them. As you kill the animal, put the blood on your doorpost. Are you there? Let's continue. Meanwhile, that's what they should do with the blood. But for the animal, God instructed them to eat it. Are you there? I'm going to explain to you the implication of eating the animal and the implication of putting the blood on your doorpost. It's not the same thing. Now, verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, that same night that the animal was killed, that evening they will eat the animal. Roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with butter herbs they shall eat it. God was so definite that he told them what to use in eating the thing. Many of you think that God is not interested in every aspect of your life. You think it's just in a certain part. You see, God is interested in every aspect of your life. If you are married, even to the degree of the things you do with your husband or your wife in the bedroom, God is interested. If you don't know now. To the degree of the kind of food you eat, the kind of things you buy with your own money, God is interested. That's what the scripture reveals. Anyway, when you become a priest, you understand what I'm saying. So God told them. It's just like, look at this instruction. Very funny instruction. It's just like God telling them to get an animal, kill the animal, and eat the animal. God is now saying, now, in eating the animal, you need to ensure that you cook this thing in vegetable soup and get pounded yam. God was so specific that he told them what to use, in enjoying that meal. How can God tell you, go and cook? Are you there? Some of you, God is asking you to do some things. It's funny to you. Because you don't think God can be saying such things. How can God say that I should not put on how can God say I should not put on gown today? That I should wear skirt and a top? Can God be talking to me about my dressing? If you are a priest, God will so instruct you that he will even tell you the clothes to wear and the clothes not to wear. He will tell you. When you become a priest, you discover that God is even interested in the color of clothes He wants you to wear per day. For today, you can say, don't wear that white cloth, wear this blue one. And when you go out, you will understand why He asks you to put on blue. Are you there? Now, Exodus chapter 12, verse 1, from verse 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and it shall be the first month of the year to you. Now this is God speaking to Moses and Aaron. He said, This month shall be the beginning of the year, and it shall be the first month. Meanwhile, that month was not actually the first month by the calendar. Are you there? But the Lord called that month for them the beginning of the month. Are you there? The beginning of the year and the first month. Are you getting what I'm saying? Maybe we should look at it again. Verse 2. The month shall be unto you the beginning of months. Are you there? The beginning of months. And it shall be the first month of the year to you. That means the month is the beginning of months and the first month of the year. Just like I was saying initially, you see that month, according to calendar, was not the first month. But God made that month to them the beginning of months. It's just like God coming to you now in October, and He said, okay, to you, October shall be the beginning of months, meaning your own new year will start October. Generally, they will celebrate January, but your own is October. You know what that means? It means that God is about to erect something in that month that will transform that month, are you there, to a new month for you. This is what I'm saying. Now, though yesterday the Lord has been, speaking to me about priesthood, and before then, the Lord was teaching me some things, but I did not really get it. But now, it's like I'm coming into the understanding of that which the Lord was trying to teach me. Now, the Lord was saying something to me, maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. The Lord was saying that the Lord was talking about 2025 because while I was with the Lord came to me with the topic for He came to me with the topic for next year spiritual application. That's 2025. And when He came to me with the topic, I was now wondering that even 2024 we are still planning. We have not even done it, and you are coming with the topic for 2025. So I was now thinking, what is God trying to do? Now, God now began to speak to me. He said, as far as I am concerned, the program is concluded. You are done with the program. That's why, are you getting what I'm saying? So let's move on. Let's read verse 8 again. This verse 8 is so powerful. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs, they shall heat it. The Lord told them what to eat that thing with. Verse 9. Eat not of it raw. Some people may be tested to eat the meat raw. Of course, that looks strange, but some people are so unbelievable. The Lord said, don't eat that thing raw. Nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Can you see priesthood? God is now saying that after putting the blood on your doorpost, don't do your best to ensure that it does not remain. That means eat and eat and eat and eat to finish everything. So God now said, but just in case you are unable to finish it, are you there? He said, the remaining one, burn it with fire. Don't eat it. So once it crosses to the next day, you are not to eat it again. Burn it with fire. Are you getting what I'm saying? Some people say, is it not God that is asking them to burn something with fire? But the Bible says God is against wastage. Is it not God that is asking them to waste something now? When you hear burn it with fire as a priest, only a priest will understand anyways. When a priest hears burn it with fire, a priest understands that that is a sacrifice, not wastage. So when it says the remaining one, he did not say go and throw it away. He said the remaining one burn it with fire, meaning the remaining one use it as a sacrifice. So in burning the remaining one with fire, they are also sacrificing. It's a form of sacrifice to Yahweh. But only a priest will understand that one. Are you getting what I'm saying? Only a priest will understand. So God was giving instructions. The office of a priest is not just to stay there and then put on one big cloth and be looking like an idol. No. It's about being sensitive to instructions. Being sensitive to instructions. From instructions to instructions. From instructions to instructions. From instructions to instructions. That's it. Now, let's continue. Verse 8 again. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire. God even told them how to prepare it. For you to see how detailed it is. I know some of you, you can even, as a student, you want to buy a particular pen. God can say, no, buy this pen, buy that one. You know what I'm saying now is hard for some people to believe because they have been taught that there is common sense. Of course, there is common sense. Are you there? But when you become a priest, all your senses become spiritual sense. You move from just operating by common sense, you begin to operate with your spiritual sense. You see, the instructions can be so funny that you want to eat rice. God can say, don't use spoon, use your hand. These things I'm saying is strange. Everybody are seated on the dining. Can say you go and sit on the floor there. Be eating your own on the seat on the seat. They are seated on the dining and they are expecting you to come and join them. God can say you go and sit on the chair. Sit on the floor there and be eating your food there. Are you getting what I'm saying? Everybody they are drinking juice. God can say you go and take water. Don't taste that juice. I was eating one day. And then it was pang and it was very delicious, something like that. And the Lord said, stop eating, keep the remaining water tomorrow. I said, what? I said, what? Ah, yeah, God have mercy. I love God though, but I also love to eat too. At least when it is time to eat, I want to enjoy myself. This spaghetti was very delicious. And then I told myself, I said, this mountain shall be moved in the name of Jesus. I wanted to conquer the mountain. The Lord said, that one you have eaten is enough. Go and cover that thing. I went to the kitchen with sorrow. I cover. Meanwhile, the covering is not even for me to eat it the next day. They go and cover it. Somebody will need it the next day. Do you want to eat everything? Meanwhile, everybody they are eating their own. They finish their own. Why is it my own that you say? Priesthood. 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 When you become a priest, you will know that God is interested in. Oh my God. Hiya. Every aspect, including the pictures you take. Now, some people they want to snap with you. God will say, no, don't snap with this person. He's so interested in your life to that point. I remember when I gained admission, people were doing matriculation, I'm a very strange person. They were, now when you gain admission, taking pictures, laughing around. I went to the top of a building, far away, far above principalities and powers. I was looking at my mates there, taking pictures and smiling. I don't think I have one picture like this from the matriculation. So I don't even have a proof now that I... Are you getting what I'm saying? Instructions defines the office of a priest. Instructions. God is interested. So because he's interested, he releases instructions. When God is interested, he gives instructions. 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 Many of you think you just pick school because of the name. No. I've heard people say, I went to primary school in Ondo, I went to secondary school in Ondo, I cannot even go to any institution in Ondo. When you become a priest, it's not about that. Because God may want you to still serve in Ondo. Are you there? It's not about what is trending, it's about the instruction you are receiving. So it was when the Lord brought the topic for 2025 spiritual application to me that I now began to think, how come we have not done for 2024? What's really happening? And then I now got to know that the reason God was doing that is because in God's eyes, everything that to us will happen has happened. I hope you catch that. Are you with me? To us now, we are trusting God for transformation. People will be healed, encounters. Are you there? So to us, that will happen. But to God, that has happened. We are looking forward to December. God is done with December. That's why he can bring the topic for 2025 to me, to show that he has moved on. Are you with me? It will therefore mean that the numbers of people that will come, God knows them. He knows the attendance. Are you there? The encounters that will take place at certain times in the program, God is aware. As a matter of fact, God has concluded that program. It has ended. Are you with me? But to us, we are still hoping. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, and now, as I begin to pay attention to the words of the Lord, and now he was now exposing me to some spiritual educations. And the Lord now began to show me something. He said, "Son, do you know that this next year now, some people have entered. But for some, they will enter January. But some has entered. As a matter of fact, next year, around June, there are some people who are already rounding off the year. But you are still in the middle of the year. But some people they are already rounding off because they have entered. Are you getting what I'm saying? This is tied to priesthood. What we form the beginning of the month, what will make a particular month the beginning of months to you is resting on your priesthood. So for you, October can be your beginning of months. Are you there? As you begin to engage in priesthood, there is something God does in certain seasons that makes a month the beginning of months to you. It is the doings of God that bring credence to months, that makes a month look so exalted, that makes a month look so special. Are you getting what I'm saying? So verse 6. Verse 6 now, the Bible is saying that, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Now look at this. They are to get the lamb on the 10th day. And they are to kill the lamb on the 14th day. So that means get the lamb and wait for 4 days. The lamb will be killed on the 4th day. See instruction. Instruction. Get it on the 10th day. Are you there? And then kill it on the 4th day. So in priesthood, are you there? Priesthood functions by instructions. Priesthood functions by instructions. Priesthood functions by instructions. Get the lamb on the 10th day, kill the lamb on the 14th day, after 4 days. Are you getting what I'm saying? And this is the kind of lamb to get. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now let's continue. And then not just on the fourth day, which is the 14th day, the Bible also specified the time in the day that it should be killed. In the evening. In the evening. You see, when you see a man that understands priesthood, he doesn't do things anyhow. He understands that in priesthood, everything is done according to description. He understands that everything is done according to instructions. He understands that everything is done according to leadings. God wants you to do something, but there's a way he wants you to do it. Only a priest will understand that one. So that's why when you see a priest, they have a lot of restrictions. There are many things they will not do because they understand that they have to work to specifications. There's an instruction they have to follow. Now, verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. So God now took time to describe, because this is one thing to note about God. God gives assignment with description. God gives assignment with details. Don't claim God has sent you to do anything if you don't have full details. Wait until, are you there? If God wants you to do something, he gives you details. So God said, now the animal you are going to get is not just anyhow animal. Are you there? Now the animal is going to be the one that is without blemish. Are you there? That means an animal that is fit for sacrifice. So the question is, what is the difference between an animal that is with blemish and an animal that is without blemish. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, the one that is with blemish is the one that is not fit for sacrifice. If you look at the book of Genesis, in the days of Noah, when Noah came out of the ark, there was a priesthood that he practiced. So he sacrificed the clean animals to God, not the unclean animals. So the clean animals are the ones without blemish. The unclean animals are the ones with blemish. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now, what are the examples of the clean animals? The clean animals are the ones that are fit for sacrifice. For example, you cannot come to the temple with an animal that is deformed. Maybe one of the eyes is blind, an animal, maybe a lamb that cannot walk very well, an animal that is wounded. No, it has to be fit and healthy. That's what it means to be clean. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the Lord is so specific about the kind of animal they should bring to him. Now let's look at verse 6 again. Okay, verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Are you there? So the numbers of years the animal has spent is even specified. Not the one that is very old. I mean a young animal, a male animal for that matter, male of the first year. Not a female, but male of the first year. Meaning an animal that is still very young. The blood is still very fresh. An animal that is not, that has not engaged in, too many, sexual relations with other animals. A clean one. Are you there? Okay. Now, let's continue. So, God had already told them something. Of course, I know they don't even understand as at the time God was saying it, because God was saying, this month is going to be the beginning of months. Are you there? For you, this month is going to be your own new year. I know according to Egyptian calendar, the year has not ended, but for you, you have entered into next year, this month. Are you there? That was what God was trying to communicate to the Israelites. Are you there? And he was revealing that to them in verse 2. Let me read verse 2 again so that you can have some understanding. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and it shall be the first month of the year to you. Verse 3. Speak ye unto the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. You know what that means? Every family in the 10th month, either let's look at it, in the 10th day of this month, that particular month that God was referring to, in the 10th day of that month, the Lord now said every family will get a lamb. They will get an animal for sacrifice. Are you getting what I'm saying? For example, Adebayo's family, you get one animal. Are you there? Grace family, get one animal. Are you there? So that animal will be standing in for the entire family. So each family will come with an animal. Are you with me? Now, let's continue. Verse 4. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house, take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. And the Lord is now saying, you see, one thing about God is he will not ask you to do what is within the capacity he has given to you. So the Lord now said, just in case there's a family that cannot afford to buy a lamb. So God now said, you can partner with your neighbor, but you will buy that lamb in the name of the two of you. Are you there? Because of course there may be some people there that are poor. So for the sake of those that are poor that cannot afford to buy a lamb, let them partner with their neighbor, the one that can afford to buy one, and then bring that lamb to the altar in the name of the two of them. Are you there? Please, I want to quickly advise you. This series that I'm starting, anytime you see me doing the teaching, please go and pray first. Because the things pertaining to priesthood is just beyond the things that the minister is saying. You need to trust the Holy Ghost to bring you into the experiential, because priesthood must be an experience, not just a knowledge that will be stored. It has to be a practical knowledge. Are you with me? If you are very sensitive with the reading of the scripture, you will discover, oh my God, Jesus, help us, help us, help us, help us. Oh my God. Now look at this. This teaching series is with a covenant. Are you with me? Is with a covenant. If you can be diligent to listen to the teach, I don't know when the teaching series will end. I don't know part what, maybe part 10, I don't know. But if you can be diligent to follow this priesthood teaching series, are you there? Till the end. Are you there? You listen to every part. You don't miss any part of it. If you can listen diligently from the beginning to the end of the series, priesthood will be activated. You even along the way, you start becoming strong in priesthood. That's the covenant. This teaching is with a covenant. That's what the Lord is telling me now. Are you there? That's why it's not for everybody. It's for those that are ready to engage in priesthood. Are you with me? I've been seeing some things, some terrible things. And maybe that's why the Lord was echoing in my spirit yesterday a need to engage in priesthood. The Lord was saying priesthood, priesthood, priesthood. If you listen to the teaching I did yesterday on, while I was explaining what happened between the transaction between the witch of Endor and King Saul, you remember, you notice I was saying something about priesthood. That teaching, for those of you that listened to that teaching yesterday, you see how deep it was. That teaching came from priesthood. It was from the waters of priesthood that I drew that teaching. That answer to that question. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, if you study the Bible critically, you will discover that during the journey of the Israelites, when they left Egypt, there was a time the Lord rained down manna to the children of Israel. And then when the Lord rained down manna, the Lord told them, the instruction that God gave them was similar to the instruction He's giving them here. The Lord said, when you eat the manna, whatever you want to do, either baking or whatever, keep it. Ensure that ensure that it does not remain till tomorrow. Are you there? So manna is not what you eat and keep and then you continue eating tomorrow. No. It's for the day. Manna is a daily bread. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want to confirm what I'm saying, you can go and read where God spoke about manna. You will see the instruction that God gave to the Israelites as regard manna. You will know it's not like the rice that you keep in your kitchen and then for days you are still eating. Manna is not like that. It is a daily bread. If you try to keep it till the next day, it will spoil. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't warm it, it will be destroyed. Go and check the Bible, you see what I'm saying. So the instruction was similar to that of manna, because anything that involves priesthood will be moving on the strength of instructions. Are you with me? Okay. Let's continue. Verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins guided, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. Can you say that? Oh my gosh, Jesus, help us. Auntie, sister, I know you are beautiful. Thank God for your beauty. Are you there? You see, God is interested. When you begin to engage in priesthood, God is interested in every part of your life, including the wristwatch you buy. Is interested. Huh? Oh my God. I hope I can get someone to understand. Bro, you are looking good. Thank God for your life. But you see, God is interested in every aspect of your life. Look at what God is saying here. God even told them how. Oh my God, you can't imagine such instruction. How can you ask me to eat something and you're still telling me how to eat it? The Lord told them, this thing, you eat it in haste. Meaning, they are not, it's not the kind of food that you will be, there are people that eat for 30 minutes. They are still on one little food. No. The instruction God gave them here is, eat it with haste. Meaning, it doesn't matter the quantity of meat that is before you. You have to finish it in less than 2 or 3 minutes. They will be, is their animal, but they will be eating it as if they stole it. Eat it in haste. You get what I'm saying? Instructions. Verse 12. And the reason the Lord asked them to eat it in haste now is revealed in verse 12. You know that they were supposed to kill the animal in the evening. So, of course, according to instruction, they will kill it in the evening. And in the evening, it's already getting dark. So before they remove the air boil it, cook the stew, and then do the things they will eat it with, it will get late. That is why they have to eat it in haste, because the angel that will be dispersed to that land must not meet them eating it. If the angel eats them eating it, they will be destroyed with the Egyptians. So that's why they have to eat it in haste. Are you getting what I'm saying? You know, there are some people that say there's no time in the day that I don't eat. You know, I was speaking with one of my beloved sisters. You know, she was telling me something like that. So, there's no time in the day that I don't eat. I can, when I wake in the, if I wake by 2 a.m. I can eat. If I wake by 11, I can eat. If I wake by 4, I can eat. I eat any time in the day. Okay, it's good. It's not a sin. It's not a sin. But when you begin to engage in priesthood, you will know that there are times that you should not eat. Are you there? Imagine one of the Israelites now saying, well, there's no time in the day that I don't eat. Others have finished eating. 11, 12, 1, he's still struggling with the meat. And the angel is around. That one will die. Others will be left, but that one will die. That one will die. So the Lord said, eat it in a haste. Because the angel that will be dispersed must not meet you eating that thing. Because if he catch you eating the thing, it will not pass you over. The angel will even start from you. The death will start from you. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beasts. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be unto you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass you over. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. Can you see that? Now look at this. This is priesthood. This is priesthood. Now remember, they have placed the blood on the lintel of their houses. Are you there? It's on their dust, their doorpost now. The Lord now said, I'm going to come to Egypt today, and my agenda is to kill the firstborn of humans, firstborn of animals. Are you there? But when I see the blood, I will pass over. Now, God saying I will come is not saying that he's going to come in person. I will come means I will send my angel. So that night, God sent his angel. You see, priesthood is sensitive. Oh, if you follow this teaching now, you get what I'm about to say. There's a time to kill the animal. There's a time to buy the animal. There's a numbers of days to leave the animal. And there's a specific time to kill the animal. There's a way to prepare the animal. There's a way to eat the animal. And there's something to eat with the animal. That's priesthood. Every step is taken by instructions. Are you with me? So this is it. So when that angel of the Lord was sent out, this is what happened. The instruction given to the angel is spill blood. Are you there? Somebody must die. Are you with me? It is not, and the word has gone forth. So there's nothing. Are you there? Somebody must die. Are you with me? So when the angel came forth, are you with me? This is what happened. The angel passed through Goshen, where the Israelites were, but he could not kill any of their firstborn because he saw the blood. Now, this is the implication. Now, what is the connection between eating the animal and the blood at the doorpost? Because this is the mystery of Passover. When you hear Passover, this is the origin of Passover. So what's the connection between the flesh that they ate and the blood that is on their doorpost? By eating the flesh, they have become the animal. Are you there? By eating the flesh, they have become the animal. Are you there? So the blood that is on the doorpost is now their blood, because when the angel came and passed through where the Israelites were, is what the angel saw. He did not see people that were sleeping. He saw an animal that is dead. So there's no point to kill again. So the angel did not see people. He did not see people sleeping. He saw dead bodies. Because the moment they ate the flesh of the animal, they became the animal. So that blood on their doorpost, which is the blood of the animal, became their blood. So when the angel smelled the blood was smelling like their blood, because they have now become the animal. So the angel did not see people sleeping. The angel saw dead bodies in the camp of the Israelites. So he passed over. Because it has already been documented. God cannot use veto power. That's why I'm saying that God has restrictions. God has protocols. He did not say, angel, don't worry, just go and sleep. My angel, I'm in charge. My angel will not come to your place. No, he engaged, he brought his people to a point where they engage in priesthood to secure their destiny. Now look at this. This is the beautiful thing about priesthood. If an Egyptian had copied the Israelite, and he also did what the Israelite did, maybe just one family among the Egyptians copied the Israelite, cook the animal, eat the animal, put the blood on his own doorpost. The angel will also not touch that person. So the issue now is not about who is an Egyptian or who is an Israelite. No, the issue is about who knows priesthood. That's all. So if one of the Egyptians is wise enough to copy the Israelite, he will also be preserved. He will be the only Egyptian that has a firstborn. So it's not about who is the Egyptian, who is the Israelite. No, it's about who knows priesthood, who is a priest, who can engage in priesthood. Because if any of the Israelites who chooses to disobey, that Israelite will also die. So it's not tribalistic. There's nothing tribal there. There's nothing tribalistic in this thing. It's about priesthood. Are you there? So that means in priesthood there is no tribal, there's no tribal coloration. If you know priesthood, you can make profit from it. If you don't know it, then you fall victim. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, let's read from verse 5. Matthew chapter 8 from verse 5. And when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home, sick of palsy, grievously tormented. Now, this person that came to Jesus was a centurion. Who is a centurion? A centurion is the commander of a particular Roman century. Are you there? So, one thing you note about centurion is a commander of a particular century. Those are the people referred to as centurion. Are you with me? And this centurion came to Jesus and said, my servant is suffering from palsy, grievously tormented. But the type of palsy was not specified, whether it is a facial palsy or any other one. Are you there? But we know from that verse that the servant of this centurion is suffering from palsy. Now, if you look at what the man came to tell Jesus, you can from his request you can discern the kind of person he was. So he was concerned about his servant, not even his children, not even, are you there? But his servant. That's to show you how kind the centurion was. Are you with me? So he came to Jesus because of his servant, meaning his servant was dear to him. So what makes a servant dear to the master is service. There are people who carry the identity of a servant, yet they are not devoted to service. In the day when something happens, will your service be strong enough to move your master? Are you there? To secure a solution to your issue? That's the question you ask yourself. If you are a disciple, is your commitment to discipleship, is it strong enough to move the one you refer to as your discipler to do something on your behalf in the day when you need urgent attention? So this servant was an active servant. He was active in service. And the day he was struck with palsy, the centurion, the master, are you there, went to Jesus on his behalf. Now we must understand that if the Bible describes Jesus as our high priest, now by implication it therefore means that only a priest will be able to relate with him perfectly. That's why the Bible calls us priests. The reason we are priests is because the one we are dealing with is a high priest. So the only one that can deal with a high priest perfectly is the one that has become a priest. This is why we need to understand priesthood. Because the one we will relate with, the one we will have relationship with, is the high priest. So you have to be a priest to relate with the high priest. If you are not a priest and you are trying to relate with the high priest, you will break a lot of protocols, you will break a lot of rules. And at the end of the day, it will look like you are trying to help the ark from falling, yet an angel will struck the person to death. Are you getting what I'm saying? So you need to understand that you first must become a priest to relate with a high priest. So if Jesus is just an ordinary priest, then you don't need to be a priest. But because he's the high priest, you need to be a priest to relate with him. Take note of that. All right, Matthew chapter 8 from verse 5. Now, let's go to verse 7. And Jesus saith unto him, I will come and heal him. So, when Jesus saw the heart of the centurion, how kind he was, Jesus said, I will come and heal him. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, the man has not actually specified how he wanted the miracle to take place. Whether speak to him or come. But Jesus, when Jesus saw the humility of the man, how dear the man was, are you there? How kind he was. How can this master come because of his servant? This man must be a good man. So Jesus said, okay, because of your goodness, because of these good qualities I'm seeing in you, I will come. So it was the goodness of the man that moved Jesus to say, I will come to your house. Are you there? Not because Jesus was not doing anything, not because he was hiding, but the kindness. Are you there? There is something a show of kindness can do to you. Some of the things you have been praying about, are you there? Is, some of the things you have been praying about, they are not really necessary. They are not even supposed to be a prayer point if you can learn how to show kindness. So the man spoke to Jesus and said, my servant. So I came to you not because of my wife, not because of my children, but I came to you because of my servant. And Jesus looked at him. He discerned that this man was doing what he was doing with the right motive. So Jesus said, I will come. If you want Jesus to come, then you must do all you do with the right motive. Including the words you speak. Everything you do must be with the right motive. Now, priesthood is needed. If you want him to come and keep coming, then you need to keep engaging in priesthood. It takes priesthood to make him come. That's where priesthood is coming in now. And then, meanwhile, I have a focus for this teaching. When I get there, you will understand. But it takes priesthood to keep an encounter. It takes priesthood to keep experiencing him. That's what priesthood does. Priesthood is what makes him keep coming. Not just, I will come. Are you there? Priesthood is what brings you to the point where he says, I will continue to come. I will keep coming. That's what priesthood does. So if you want him to come again, some of you have had some encounters with God and you hope to have it again. Some of you have had some encounters, you hope to keep having that encounter. If you want him to come again, then you must be committed to priesthood. Are you with me? All right, let's move to verse 8. Now, remember what happened in verse 7? Jesus said, I will come. Are you there? Now, you see, this centurion knew that Jesus was a priest. At least if he doesn't know him as a high priest, he knows that this man is a priest. So, are you there? Everything the man was doing around Jesus was with the knowledge of priesthood that he had. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, let's watch what happens. Jesus responded now the centurion responded in verse 8. Now, the centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. So the centurion said, you don't need to come. Are you there? You just speak a word. You don't even need to come to my house. Speak a word, and my servant will be healed. That means, from the knowledge of priesthood that this centurion had, he understands that It doesn't even need to come physically. Are you there? You see, the word of the Lord becomes ordinary when priesthood has not become a reality. The moment priesthood becomes real to you, the word of the Lord becomes powerful to you. It doesn't matter how you fake it. You can't know how powerful the word of the Lord is until priesthood is real to you. So because of the knowledge of priesthood that this man had, he said, you don't need to come. I understand the power in your word by the priesthood, by the knowledge of priesthood that I have. Don't come, just speak a word. Let's continue in verse 9. For I am a man under authority. Now this is where I'm going. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth. And I say to another one, come, and he cometh. And to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. Can you see that? Now, the man now further explained and said, you don't need to come under my roof. I'm a man under authority. Are you there? I say to one, go. Anything I ask people to do is what they do because I'm a commander. But for you, I understand that you are a priest. Just speak a word. Are you getting what I'm saying? You see, a priest is a man that is under authority. When you begin to engage in priesthood, are you there? When you begin to engage in priesthood, now, the first thing that happens to you is that that priesthood engagement brings you under authority. You now become a commander that can be commanded. Are you there? You become a commanded commander. You are a commander, but yet your commands are based on the commands that you have received. Are you getting what I'm saying? You will now be a man under authority. Because priesthood is what positions you to be under authority. And I'm going to tell you the implication of being under authority. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, a priest is a man that is under authority. Under whose authority? Under the authority of the high priest. Because the priest now will learn how to relate with the high priest. So the priest now is under the authority of the high priest. So when the Bible refers to us as priests, it's not just something we'll be confessing and we'll be laughing around. No. Are you there? We are priests because we are under authority. We are under the authority of the high priest. Are you getting what I'm saying? So we are a commander, yet we can be commanded. We are an instructor. Yes, we receive instructions. Of course, I'm your teacher. I teach you. I teach you the word of God. But I'm also taught by the Lord because I'm under authority. So what I say to you is the one that the authority I'm submitted to says to me. I'm not permitted to say any other thing. That's a man under authority. That's what priesthood brings you into. Are you there? When you become a man under authority, what happens? Now, you see, there are many cases that will be brought to you just because people call you pastor or man of God that you will not even be able to handle until you come under authority. Now look at this. A man under authority is a protected man because such a man, you can't kill the man. If you must kill the man, the first thing to kill is kill the authority the man is submitted to. So if you are able to contend with the authority the man is submitted to, then you will be able to touch the man. That's priesthood. That's where the power of priesthood is. The power of priesthood is in the authority that you are submitted to. And that's why you engage in priesthood. So your priesthood is now your response, your reference to the authority that you are submitted to. So your priesthood has direction. And it will move in the direction of the one you are submitted to. So for example, the Bible told us about the 7 sons of Sceva who wanted to cast out demonic spirit. They say in the name of Paul. In the name of Jesus that Paul preaches, come out. And the demon, instead of them to cast out the demons, it was the demons that cast them out. They ran out naked, according to the scriptures. Are you getting what I'm saying? Why? Because they are trying to display authority when they are not under authority. So there was no altar to back up what they are doing. They do not have priesthood, yet they wanted to act like a priest. So they were disgraced. Are you getting what I'm saying? Some years ago, I went to a place, and then when I got there, they said, pastor, and then They now told me of their sister who is in, I don't know, maybe Egypt or something, one of these countries. And then that there's something on her skin, blah, 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 and then that they want me to pray with her. I said, okay, no problem. So they put a call through, and then we began to talk. And then as we began to talk, and then she explained what was happening to her, some things coming up on her skin and things like that. Suddenly, the Lord took me to, while we were discussing, the Lord took me to something, what Moses did in the Bible. Are you getting what I'm saying? There was something similar to that case in the scripture that happened, something like that happened in the ministry of Moses. And the Lord took me there, and I said, okay, this is the word of the Lord. I gave her that instruction. Are you there? I can't remember what it is, but I know it was something that Moses did. So I saw it from the scripture. This is how it was handled. So I brought it by priesthood. I gave it to her. I said, read these scriptures. Are you there? Maybe she should just, pray with it or things like that. And that was all. In the next maybe 2 or 3 days, everything was gone. They called me and they were so excited. That is priesthood. Priesthood is what will help you to know the right instructions to give in every situation. Are you there? Beloved of God, I confess to you, I'm still learning priesthood. I'm not speaking to you as someone who have gathered, big experience in priesthood. No, I'm speaking to you as one who is still learning the ways of priesthood, who is still learning who is still learning priesthood engagements. But by revelation, I know what I'm telling you. I know these things are true. Are you there? Several cases will be brought to you. And sometimes two people can come to you with the same case. But for the fact that the cases are the same, does not mean you give them the same instruction. They may come with the same case. You may tell this one to do this, and you may tell this one to do another thing. For one, you can say, go and be thanking God. It's done. For the other one, you can say, oh, you need to take a fast. Just take 2 days. 2 days fast and to be gone. Different instruction, yet the same cases. Where is the knowledge coming from? Priesthood. You get what I'm saying? Please take note. Take note of that. Are you there? Priesthood brings you under authority. Are you there? Priesthood brings you under authority. Take note of that. Verse 12. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Jesus said unto the centurion, go thy way. Are you there? Now look at this. In verse 12, Jesus diverted and was saying something different. Jesus was so moved that he did a very short Bible study in verse 12. He said, this is a centurion. He is centurion, yet he could discern me as a priest. He now said, the children of the kingdom will be cast into utter darkness, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Do you know the children of kingdom he was referring to? Those are the people that they are among believers, yet they do not have faith. They are among believers, yet they can't discern a priest. So they can sit with a priest now and just be chatting and eating and laughing. And all they will do is laughing. And are you there? They will not be able to, gain something because they cannot discern. So those who lack what it takes to discern are the children of the kingdom that Jesus is talking about. And such people, Jesus said, they will be cast into darkness. They will be cast into darkness. So it takes, a discerning faith is a what? Is a great faith. Take note of that. A discerning faith is a great faith. Verse 13, now, Jesus now came back to the man, In verse 12, Jesus digressed. Jesus was talking about something different. But in verse 13, Jesus returned to the centurion. Jesus now said, now, he said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it unto thee. And his servant was healed in the same hour. Look at it. Now, did Jesus pray for the servant? No. What Jesus did was to use the faith of the man, the faith that he has discerned in the man, to heal the servant. That's all. He said, as you have believed, so be it to you. Meaning, Jesus was saying, this faith that I can discern that you have, this great faith, let this great faith become activated and produce healing in your sick servant. That was all. Jesus did not say, now I command, let the girl be healed, let the boy be healed. No, he said, this your faith I activate it to produce healing. Now look at this. There's a mystery in this place, but you can't know until you begin to engage in priesthood. You see, when you begin to engage in priesthood, you will know that there are some people that will come to you for solution. Yet they have the solution. But the problem they have is that the solution in them has not been activated. So you will need to study what Jesus did. Jesus was a priest. So Jesus was talking from his experience in priesthood. So there are some people that will come to you for a solution, not because they don't have the solution. They have the solution, but the solution has not been activated. So when they come to you, what you need to do is just to activate the solution and use that thing they have to solve the problem they have. That's what Jesus did here. I'm saying that you cannot cast out devils if you are not under authority. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't cast out devils, you can't cast out demons when you are not under authority. Because whatever you do, whatever you do, the person that will account for your actions is the authority you are submitted under. So everything I do now, are you there? I'm accountable to the authority I'm submitted under. So if I go out and I cast out devils, that thing I've done is an offense to the kingdom of darkness. But they don't have the right to come and touch me. They have to go to the one I'm submitted under. And as long as that one is not permitting them, they will not be able to touch me. So you don't do kingdom business when you are not submitted to authority. It is your submission to authority that qualifies you for the work of the ministry. As a matter of fact, those who have authority are people that are submitted under authority. So the proof that this man, are you there, has authority is that he is a man under authority. So that thing you are under, you will be able to use. So if you are under authority, it means you have authority. And if you are not under authority, it means you don't have authority. Are you getting what I'm saying? Meanwhile, priesthood brings you under authority. So your priesthood, the things you do in your priestly office are your reference, are the ways, they are the ways you show reference to the authority you are under. Are you with me? Your faith has made you whole. Now, are you there? That faith you have, let it be to you according to your faith. Meaning, that solution that you have is activated. And this activation is going to affect your servant. So the faith of the man was what God used to heal the servant of the man. That's what it means to when he said, so be it unto you according to your faith. A minister that does not understand priesthood will not make maximum impact. Because you will be giving the same instruction for different issues. And at the end of the day, you will get frustrated. Are you there? You need to understand priesthood so that you know what to say. Are you there? And to whom to say those things. God bless you. Now let's continue. Verse 10. When Jesus had it, he marveled and said unto them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. Now look at this. What exactly did Jesus discern in the man that is qualified to be called great faith? Because God described the faith of the man as a great faith. So what in the man is qualified to be called great faith? Is it that he came to Jesus? No. Coming to Jesus is not necessarily a proof of faith. Because there are many people that came to him for bread. They did not even come for the word. They came for what they can give it. So coming to Jesus is not a proof that you have great faith. It's not even a proof that you have faith at all. Are you there? So what in the man did Jesus discern to be great faith? Are you there? It was the man's discernment. The ability of the man to discern Jesus as a priest was what Jesus called great faith. It takes faith to discern Jesus as the priest. Because this man, the centurion, was relating with God based on the discernment. So he was relating with him as a priest. Are you there? I can't bring a priest to my house. That's an insult. That's a dishonor. But I know that a priest has authority. So when he speaks, I know the servant will be healed. So the man was relating with God, was relating with Jesus by knowledge. By knowledge. Are you there? You see, the knowledge you need for service, the knowledge you need to be a blessing will come on the strength of your priesthood. Are you there? So one of the things you get from priesthood is knowledge for service. As you begin to engage in priesthood, you gain knowledge for deliverance. There will be several cases that will be brought to you. Are you there? As young as you are, somebody can tell you there's something, he has lump in his breast. So, on our breast, somebody can tell you they have ulcer, they have cancer. They tell you terrible things that they can't tell people. They tell you those terrible things that they are covering with their clothes. Are you there? But if you don't understand priesthood, you won't know the instructions to give them that can produce the solution they have been waiting for. So knowing the right instructions for each cases, are you there, will come from that knowledge. That knowledge will come from your priesthood. That's why Jesus will look at some people and say, okay, you are blind, okay. He will just mold something from the ground and put it on their face and say, go and wash it, you'll be healed. And that person will be healed. He will look at some and just touch them, they will be healed. That knowledge will come on the strength of your priesthood. So the ability of that man to discern Jesus as a priest and to relate with him as a priest was what Jesus saw. And he said, hey, this is a great faith. It was not because he came to Jesus. There are many faithless people that came to Jesus. And when they came to Jesus, they displayed their faithlessness. And some of them could not even receive anything from him. But this man, beyond just coming, was able to discern. It takes faith to discern. It takes faith. For example, as you begin to engage in priesthood now, it doesn't mean that everybody will be able to discern you as a priest. You may be very strong in priesthood and yet you go to a place to buy something and then one little girl is talking to you anyhow. And you're even wondering, who is this girl? And she's just insulting you. Are you there? Yes. Not everybody will be able to discern it. But those that will be able to discern your priestly office, such people have faith. It takes faith to discern a priest. So it was the faith of the man, that helped him. It was that faith that could discern, that discerning faith that Jesus called great faith. So a great faith is a discerning faith. So it was that discerning faith of the man that Jesus called great faith. Are you there? That's it. Are you with me? I was just wondering some things that will happen in the December program. Some people will even see me and they won't even know that this is Pastor Salim. Because I will just be simple and then just put on my simple clothes and then I'm just there. And then they are wondering, where is the Pastor Salim that we used to listen to online? Where is he? Then that is it. He's the one sitting there. No, it's not true. No, this cannot be him. I say he's the one sitting there. It takes the discerning faith. Are you there? The discerning faith is the great faith. Are you there? The discerning faith is what? The great faith. And if you cannot discern, you miss the priest. And when you miss the priest, the problem remains. Are you there?